Welcome in, Kaspa community. I am the CryptoBullGod, and in today's video, what we're going to discuss is why Kaspa is definitely setting up for an explosive price move, and it is imminent, and we'll get into why based on recent price action. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You gotta click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday for my daily TA live stream. It's called All in the Charts, where I take your TA questions. Plus, you need to know when videos like this go live. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Tradingview. It's one word, CryptoBullGod. Search CryptoBullGod. Just a quick disclosure that none of what I'm sharing is financial advice. I'm simply looking to educate and to help others through sound, logical, technical analysis. We're all big boys and we're all big girls, so we can make our own personal financial decisions. With that being said, let's get into it. All right, guys, a few charts that we're going to take a look at here. The first chart we're going to take a look at is Kaspa on the 2-day. Now, I know there are going to be, and I'm sure there are people currently on Twitter right now who are saying, wow, Kaspa is double topping. Look at this. We topped back here. Now we came up here and it's not doing anything, right? And yesterday, when Kaspa, at the time of recording, I'm recording this on Wednesday, September 20th. Yesterday, once we had broken new all-time highs, I thought it was most likely that we were going to continue upwards to around maybe 6 or 7 cents, closer to 7 cents, and then maybe retrace a bit before going back up, right? We haven't done that. So is there anything to be concerned about? No. There is nothing to be concerned about. In fact, one of the things that I've spoken to on my daily live stream, actually, all on the charts, you can click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live for that each and every single day, taking your TA questions. One of the things I spoke to on this 2-day chart, it's nice to see that the price indicators are actually cooling off, right? We had this huge... This is a cup and handle formation. We've spoken about this in the past, right? And we broke out of the handle here, right? We had a monumental surge in price from 3.5 cents all the way up to over 5 cents. What has happened now? We've consolidated in this range, which is great. There's nothing unhealthy about that. It's actually monumentally bullish that we've been consolidating right at all-time highs. Any basic chartist could tell you that. And in fact, one of the things that this allows to happen within the chart is it allows the price indicators to cool off here. You know, we've gotten this positive MACD cross on the 2-day chart, right? And I've spoken to that in a prior video in terms of what levels of price appreciation we can expect to see just regarding that one indicator. When we look at the RSI, the other thing to keep in mind with this RSI, I've indicated this topping zone. You guys can see a topping zone here between 91 to 81. Look at where we're at right now. We're just pivoting in this low to mid 60 range. What that enables us to do is once we actually start to chug higher, okay, the RSI isn't going to be so overextended like it was up in this area here that we're going to get a significant pullback, right? This is allowing for there to be a higher probability scenario where when this thing does definitively break above 5 cents, and by the way, these are new all-time highs. This is all white space when we look left. When this thing really does begin to surge, the price indicators aren't overbought, such that there will be a lot of fuel. There'll be a lot of fuel ready to put into place to disperse within price action to allow this thing to continue significantly higher. This is just pointing to this cup and handle formation. You know, this is something I spoke to in the last video, and nothing has changed here. Did want to talk about this chart for a moment, because what you could utilize within this chart is you could use the facts within the charts, because on this channel, all I do is keep things logical. I talk about the facts in the charts, guys. I don't come out here and talk to you about my emotional opinion on where this thing will go based on what I think about the project fundamentally. As bullish as I am on the fundamentals, I remain logical on the charts. Now, you know what I spoke to on this chart from my last video if you caught that. And if you didn't catch it, I'll keep it in the I'll put it in the comments or in the description of the video. But this is a weekly view on Kaspa, and I said once you got a candle body close above the 10 simple moving average, we've seen these significant rises in prices that I've spoken to, and I took an average here to say, you know, we could hit 16 cents roughly by, you know, mid to late October, right? The other thing to keep in mind, if you actually look at what happens once we get a candle body close above the 10 simple moving average, the lowest price likes to go before we have some form of an initial blow off top, followed by a correction that ensues. We oftentimes like to come near or wick slightly below this 10 simple moving average. Now, this 10 simple moving average at the time of close this week, we'll have to see how price develops. My best educated guess, based on where prices may be by the end of this week, this 10 simple moving average next week, right now it's at 4.2 cents. It's going to close right around 4.4 cents. So what you could do is you could use this trailing 10 SMA as your buy limit order if you want to scale in and purchase more Kaspa, or if you're looking to establish a position in Kaspa. So then the next question you need to ask yourself is, next week, is there any price confluence around 4.4 cents? If we come back to the charts here, you'll see I have a clear area of price confluence on the 2-day at 4.28 cents, right? You also have a couple moving averages, the 10 and 20, that are lining up with that, okay? It's not about wicking perfectly to the 10 SMA. It's a region right around it, just above, just below, right? So anything in that 4.4, 4.3, 4.2, maybe even 4.1 cent area would be an opportune time. The charts are saying an opportune time to buy into Kaspa next week if we do get some sort of downside reaction in price. This is a chart that I want everyone to pay very close attention to, and why I am extremely bullish in terms of where price action is going in the fourth quarter of this year, and another important view to keep in mind. Now, I hesitated to show this view because I don't want everyone to look at this box and think of this as my primary hypothesis going into the fourth quarter. I look at this as a possibility. I look at this as a valid possibility. My view, based on some of the price action that's coming into the market on Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin could end up having a monumentally bullish close to the month of September, which could set us up for much higher prices in the fourth quarter for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. And what I am theorizing, if that's the case, is that Bitcoin will ultimately top sometime in the fourth quarter between $40,000 to $50,000. Okay, who knows? Maybe we could go higher and really trick a lot of people that think, there's no potential that we're going to be going any higher. It's certainly possible we could even go higher than 50,000. But I've laid out here sort of my base case scenario for Bitcoin for the fourth quarter, which is between $40,000 to $50,000. What I've also done is I've made some assumptions here. Assumption number one, the trend that you're looking at in this chart, this monumentally bullish trend of these rounded bottoms followed by blow off top, rounded bottom, blow off top, rounded bottom, blow off top, rounded bottom, or we're going to have another blow off top. This trend is going to continue. That's assumption number one. Assumption number two is at the time we peak in relativity value, Bitcoin will be between $40,000 and $50,000. Assumption number three is that we're peaking sometime around mid-November, right? And if that does happen, and I should say assumption number four is that the top coincides with this line right here. You can see the top here, then the top here, okay? And we'll top somewhere up here. This would put Kaspa all the way up towards 34 to 43 cents. Now, again, my base case based on my prior video is Kaspa getting up towards that 16 to 20 cent target. I think 16 to 20 cents for Kaspa within the fourth quarter is very reasonable given the trajectory of price and the bullish price action we've seen. The other thing I would add, though, is 34 to 43 cents is not unreasonable when you consider the fact that it is very possible this could end up being a top 10 cryptocurrency project by next year. Okay, and if the market really, if the cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin is really going to top when I suspect it will, which is sooner than most people believe, for that fifth wave, that Elliott wave we're still waiting for, fifth blow off top in Bitcoin, and we say Bitcoin tops between April and June of next year, well, then we need to start making some really strong price movements in Kaspa that are going to catch a lot of people by surprise, even myself, even as bullish as I am on the project. And I know logically that this thing sooner or later needs to make an extremely strong push in price that's going to blow everyone away, including myself, if it's going to get to the top 10. As much as I know that it needs to do that to get to the top 10, it's still going to exceed my expectations at some point in most market participants, right? So if you really do think that this thing is going to be a top 10 by next year, then it's not outlandish. It's not outlandish at all. When the rest of the market starts to move in the fourth quarter, as I'm leaning towards this year, that Kaspa could exceed our expectations, make movements with the rest of the market, be increasing in value, but outpacing the rest of the market, and really hit some of these higher valuations between 34 to 43 cents. You know, we could be pushing 30 to 50 cents before the end of the year. So keep an eye on this Kaspa BTC relativity chart. The way to think about this is the way price movement is moving right now, Kaspa is outpacing Bitcoin. And if this trend continues, it is monumentally bullish if Bitcoin continues pushing higher, because this chart says not only will Kaspa keep pace with all of the price movements that Bitcoin will see on the way up, but it's going to outpace it monumentally. You can see in this case, I've had 355% outpacing Bitcoin into mid-November, again, as an assumption. If you appreciated the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday for my daily TA live stream called All in the Charts. And until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward.
So what you gonna do, $1 on CryptoBullGod and his crypto maniacs and the entire cryptocurrency market run wild on you?